Welcome back, YouTube. My name is Nigel Schroeter, and of course, I'm bringing you guys this 30 Days of Navy Federal Credit Union series. In this series, I'm giving you guys all the ins and outs and things that you need to know about Navy Federal Credit Union, their products, and how you can use them to your advantage, as well as how you're going to be able to use these cards and credit products to build a long-standing relationship with one of the best credit unions out there on the market. Now, of course, if you guys don't know any of the backstory, I'm the king of NFCU. All the NFCU strategies and techniques that you see out there are mine. They have came from me and have been dropped out in all types of different locations. So I just want you guys to remember that I'm the originator. I started bringing this content to you guys. So let's go ahead and look at this card, the NFCU nRewards secured card. This is the first secured card that I had with Navy Federal. Of course, this isn't the first one because I had the original one. This is the reprint, all right? But this is the first card that I had with Navy Federal. Great card. It is amazing. They say this card is great for establishing credit, rebuilding credit, and new credit card users. I co-sign that 100%. It's amazing. I would even say it's one of the best cards for establishing credit, new credit card users, and rebuilding credit. Now, the rates on this card, 18%. Yes, there are secured cards out there with a lower interest rate. However, there's very few, and there's only one that's going to offer, the same benefits that I've seen out there, that's going to have a lower interest rate. But otherwise, this card is very heavily competing in these categories. No annual fees, no balance transfer fees, no foreign transaction fees, and no cash advance fees. And that's why I love this card, because you can rotate money on and off of this card, because you can pull the money off with a cash advance and then put it right back on a couple days later. You can do a balance transfer from another card to this card. You can take this card out the country. This card is a trooper. And then on top of all that, this card has a very high approval rate. It's very easy to get approved for, even with bad credit, as well as you get a reward system. Now, granted, it's only 1 point per dollar spent. There are cards out there that aren't secured cards, unsecured cards that don't have reward systems. There are plenty of other secured cards on the market that have annual fees and no reward systems, or have annual fees and do have reward systems. But just think about that, the fact that you're getting no annual fee and you're getting a reward system, and you're building a relationship with one of the most high quality credit unions out there on the market. Now, of course, this card won the best credit card design for military personnel. So, like I said, this card is going to be great. Now, the ins and outs of this card: deposit at least $200 into your membership savings account. I'm going to tell you this: if you're getting this card, only put $200 on this card. Just put the $200 on there. There's no real benefit to having a higher limit. You're going to have people who are going to tell you, oh, well, you want to report higher limits and things like that. No, you want to report positive payment history, low utilization. You want to report all these proper things on your credit and begin to build your relationship. Because once you build your relationship with Navy Federal, you can go ahead and get higher limit cards very easy. And banks want to see progressional limits. So there's no need to go and throw $5,000 onto a card for it to unsecure, and you're not going to really get any leverage, and your money's been locked up for all that time, and you're not benefiting off of OPM. So that's why I say with this particular card, I do recommend you only deposit the minimum. Unless if you are a high spender and you're someone who likes to revolve a balance, then please add more money to this card so that you're not maxing out your utilization and you're treating this card appropriately. Remember, I tell you guys things with the assumption that you are handling your accounts appropriately. But if you know that there is leeway, or you need that leeway within your cards, and you have the money right now, go ahead, add a few hundred extra to your card to make sure that you are giving yourself that cushion to keep your utilization down. Now, the next thing: why is this secured card so great? It's so great because it's one of the few secured cards, now becoming one of the many secured cards on the market that graduates. What is graduation? Graduation is when your secured card actually can be upgraded and turn into an unsecured card after an account review and a certain amount of time of handling your account appropriately. When does this happen? This happens, your first review is at 6 months, and as far as fully unsecuring this card, and then you will have a review every month after that until you get unsecured. If you don't get unsecured at 6 months, typically most people do get unsecured at 6 months when they've shown improvement in their credit and their skills and their profile is beginning to look better. Now, if you didn't catch that key word that I threw in there, that key word that I threw in there, if you guys weren't listening, was this: fully unsecured. This card is especially special because it's a card that partially unsecures. So after 3 months, Navy Federal will begin reviewing your account month after month to see if you qualify for an additional amount of credit added on before your card fully unsecures. So typically, if someone puts, $200 on a card, they might get partially unsecured to 500. So Navy Federal gives them 300 on top of that 200 to see how they're going to manage when they get a little bit more money. And then when the card unsecures, you're going to get 2,000, 2,500, maybe even 3,000, depending on how you've managed that card and what type of relationship you've built with Navy Federal and what you've shown them. Now, again, more features and benefits. This card has cell phone protection if you pay your phone bill with this card. There's no reward limit, so you can keep building your rewards as long as you're spending money and paying it back. You can redeem your points for cash, statement credits, gift cards, or merchandise at select merchants through their portal, as well as rental car protection coverage. As always with Navy Federal cards, this card includes 24 access to their membership reps, no balance transfer fee, no foreign transaction fee, the ability to freeze and unfreeze your credit card at any given time, which is amazing. Zero liability policy for unauthorized transaction. So if someone was to steal your card or get a hold of your card somehow and you did not authorize them to make a transaction, you call them, you report it as fraud. I can tell you I've done this before. Typically within 24 hours, they put that money back into your account as a complimentary credit. Then they investigate that situation. And once they've investigated the situation, then they will tell you whether or not they're going to revoke that complimentary credit. Typically, because it's zero liability, you get to keep that credit and continue moving on. Of course, they send you fraud notifications anytime that they think that something is suspicious with their account. Typically, they will text you or give you a phone call. Sometimes it will also pop up in your mobile app or they'll chat you. You also do get monthly access to your FICO credit score. So all these benefits in here, please check out this card. Please go look for it and just make sure that you keep this card on your radar if you're a Navy Federal Credit Union member. With all that being said, I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for staying tuned in. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and keep this channel going because we love you all and we thank you so much for your support throughout this mission. And as always, with that all being said, peace out. We'll see you.